One of the things that when I was doing the publicity for the march in January, one of the things I kept coming up against a Liverpool MP called Louise Ellman, and she always had exactly the same speech. She had like this kind of checklist that she would go through, you know, 8,000 rockets, you know, connections with Iran, you know, Hamas connections with Iran. The same propaganda, really, you know, the lessons of Joseph Goebbels that always tell the same few facts over and over again. And what I always preferred to do was to not do that, really, to instead not really think about, to try and speak from the heart, not to have my little propaganda points, not to make the same points over and over again, but simply to speak from the heart, to say what I felt, which is a long way of apologising for this speech being crap, really. So I've been leaning on a lion, waiting for inspiration. And the arse of a lion actually doesn't necessarily give you any inspiration, tragically. So, but I will say this is a sort of variation, having said that I didn't want to make the same points, but I did speak at the medical aid medical aid benefit, which was also organised in January. And one of the things that I did say, one of the things that struck me, I spoke here in 2006 against the Israeli invasion of the Lebanon, and I think that night there was something that happened during the Israeli invasion of Lebanon when there were some Swedish UN observers along the border, and the Israeli IDF wanted to get rid of them, so they started shelling them, and the United Nations rang up the Israelis and said, please stop shelling these poor people, you know, we'll give you the coordinates, we'll take them away, but they didn't, and they killed these poor, I think they were Swedish, for UN observers. And on the Monday there was a speaker from the Israeli Defense, you know, one of their terrible spokesmen, and they asked him about killing these UN observers, and he said, well, what were they doing there anyway? And he laughed, and I just thought, Israel, this state of Israel has allowed all the blackness, all the wickedness that is in all of us to flourish in this man, that he can laugh about killing some poor Swedish teenagers, poor observers on the borders that he wants out of the way, that this man could laugh, that this man could find that funny that they had killed some UN observers, and that is, in the end, the price that Israel pays for being an occupier, for crushing the Palestinian people in Gaza and in the West Bank, is that the blackness grows in their own souls, and it will be only when they take their foot off the throat of the Palestinian people that they too will learn to live decent lives. And we are doing this as much for those people in Israel, for Israeli society, as much as we're doing this with people of Gaza and the West Bank. Thank you.